Hi everyone, I hope you guys had a great weekend. Before we get into a discussion about this first unit, I wanted to go over a couple of things about the syllabus and just give you some insight into what the assignments are going to look like for the next couple of weeks and how those will be graded. So at the top of the syllabus, you can see my contact information. I am not on campus, I am virtual, so if you need to reach me, just send me an email. I typically check email early in the morning and then also later in the evening. The rest of this details kind of the overview of the course and also the readings and a description of our 2 units. And so essentially this course is going to focus on building positive relationships in organizations. Professional communication can take on many different forms. We could do writing, presentations, general communication. Lots of different things fall under professional comm. And what I like to focus on is the relationships within the organization and understanding a little bit about organizational behavior and how that understanding can help you to become more professional in an organization. So we're going to look at different case studies, we're going to look at different organizational examples, and we're going to apply some of the theoretical framework of organizational behavior to these case studies to talk about how we can become more professional. As you've probably seen, we don't have a textbook for this course. We're using open source, so these are free. You don't have to buy them. I'll also post PDFs from other textbooks. I've listed those. If you'd like to buy the book, that's fine, but it is certainly not required. Be sure to check your email. That's how we will communicate. Happy to jump on a phone call as well, but email is the primary way to get in touch with me. So this is a short course. It's 7 weeks. It's going to go very quickly. So it's very important that you keep up with the assignments. I do not close out units or close out weeks. Everything is going to be open the entire semester. Just know that the longer you wait or the more behind you get, then the quality of your work usually suffers. So if you are struggling, if you have something come up, I know we live in a crazy time with COVID and work schedules and so many things are going on in your lives. If you have a problem where you're falling behind, please let me know and I'm happy to work with you. But this is a short course. We will be finished by March 9th, which is not very far away. So we're going to have 2 primary units. We've already done the course introduction and kind of the communication basics. You've done those assignments. The rest of the semester will be focused on 2 units. The first unit, we're going to look at some very specific behaviors, and we're going to look at what organizational behavior really means. And then the second unit, we're going to look at specific roles. So leadership, an individual contributor, and then also concerning both of those roles, how do we give feedback and have difficult conversations? Because that's a critical component to being professional. Oftentimes, if you have to have a difficult conversation at work, that's when your professionalism may go out the window. So we want to make sure that you have the skills to do that. And then the last few days of class, we'll have a final assignment. So again, as I said, lots of case studies, lots of discussion questions. I will typically post, as I think I've mentioned before, everything new on a Monday and it's due the following Sunday. So very rarely will you have assignments due during the week. All of them will be due on the same day on Sunday. And then it usually takes me 3 to 4 days to get the grading finished for those. So on grading, I don't give comments for every single assignment. I will for the major ones, and I will, if I see that there's something that is maybe not right or you could redo and maybe look at from a different perspective, I'll put that there. I'll make comments if I agree, but I don't give lengthy comments for all of your assignments, but I will especially on the case studies and things of that nature. So just keep that in mind as you take a look at your grades. So again, there's 2 primary types of assignments: discussion starters and case studies, and then we're also going to have a final project. Grades are pretty standard, A, B, C, D, E, F, and participation is important. And in this format of Blackboard, I can see when you log in, when you complete assignments, you will have to respond to classmates. I will also offer at some point, probably about after the first unit, a chance for us to meet on Zoom and just have a conversation. That's not going to be required, but it's an opportunity for us to meet and talk. So those are the highlights of the syllabus. Now let's take a look at what we're going to be covering in this unit. So there's 3 primary steps to completing Unit 1. This first week we're going to be defining organizational behavior, and I'll go over some of the assignments that we'll be looking at with regards to that topic. In week 2, we're going to be identifying and defining 3 changes in behavior that leaders need to make to create an effective organizational culture. So moving from control to collaboration, from secretive to transparent, and impersonal to engaging communication. So we'll look at all 3 of those and what those mean and some examples from organizations. And then at the end of the unit, we'll have a case study. So for this unit, or for this week, this first week of the unit, the key concepts that I want you to look for in the organizational behavior textbook, 4 things we need to look for: how the workplace is changing, the role of management, changes in management, and then management versus leadership. So this whole chapter is looking at how society is influencing organizations and their workplaces, and how are we having to change to adapt to things within our society, and what role do managers play. Now, I do not like the term manager. I prefer the term leader, but the book makes some interesting distinctions between the two, and also some similarities. So there's actually a discussion question asking you, what do you think about how we're defining management versus leadership? But these are the 4 things that I want you to take away from this week so that we can begin to apply these next week to those specific behaviors that we're going to talk about. There's 2 models of organizational behavior that you're going to look at in this chapter. The first model tells us how organizational behavior is actually developed and what it's made up of. So it's a combination of social and behavioral sciences. So organizational behavior is psychology, it's sociology, it's anthropology, it's economics, and it's political science. This is one of the reasons that I love organizational behavior. I have worked in this field since my graduate school experience at UALR, way too many years ago for me to count, but I've been involved in organizational development in some capacity since grad school. I think that it's fascinating to see how people function in the workplace, how decisions are made, what is it about their personalities that influence how they work. So many interesting things about organizational behavior. And I've worked in both the state in healthcare, so UAMS, and now I'm also with a private company, and it's a completely different experience. And I'll be sharing some of that experience with you as we go through the course, as using as examples. But so organizational behavior is made up of all of these wonderful kind of social sciences, and it looks at how we function in organizations. It also focuses on the work and the organization, and then what are the management implications. So the implications of being a manager, what's the result of that? Those 2 things also factor into organizational behavior. And then we look at that from a micro level, so the individual behavior and the group behavior, all the way up to the macro, which is more of the full organization and the environment within the organization. And so we can look at this behavior on a micro and macro level. And that's something that we'll be doing as we talk about the roles in the second unit. We're going to look at the organizational behavior from a variety of roles. The second model that's in this chapter talks about models of management and organizational behavior. So this shows us what impacts an organization from the environment. So you have your capital, kind of from a finance perspective. You have HR, you have technology, government regulations, a raw material, economic conditions. All of these filter into the organization. And then within the organization, you have the individuals and groups that work together. You have the design of your organization, the management structure, the task and technologies. And then within that, we have our organizational processes. So what does leadership look like? Communication, decisions, power and politics, conflict and negotiation. Those are all of our behaviors. Those are the processes that feed into the organization design, the groups, the tasks, the technology, while at the same time, those 4 things are influencing the process. So it's a very symbiotic relationship. They're dependent upon each other, and they both influence each other. The output of that is the organizational outcome. So throughout all of this, stuff in the center, we have individual performance, group performance, and overall organizational effectiveness. But it takes everything coming in from the environment, filtering through the organization to give those three outputs. And we'll be talking about what those outputs look like, and how we can maybe change some of the processes in the center that we want to, so that we can get the outcome that we want. And that's kind of what we'll be looking at. So pay particular attention to these two models as you're doing your reading. Okay, let's take a quick look at the course. Let's see. So this looks a little different than the first week where we did just the 1 week view, which was all of these assignments. So for this one, you're going to have folders. So the first week is in this folder, the second week will be in another folder. When you click on it, you will see our week at a glance, where I kind of give you an overview of what you need to be looking for this particular week. And then we also have all of the assignments. So for this week, we have 2 assignments. One is a discussion starter, which focuses on leadership versus management. And then the second one is a practice case study. And this case study is actually found in your textbook, in the organizational behavior textbook. So for this discussion starter, you're going to answer some questions about leadership versus management. And you need to also include information from the text and maybe even personal examples. And you will also need to respond to another classmate's post. And your response needs to be pretty well developed. Don't just say, oh, great post, I like it, good job. Tell why. How does it connect to you? What do you take away from it? And then the practice case study, you will read the case study that's in the chapter. It's very short. And then you're going to respond to these 3 questions. This is not in paper format. You can just answer each question, but you need to include facts from the textbook and from your reading, and then also your own personal experience as well. Now, one thing I will be adding to all of this week is the case study that you will focus on for your final case study for this unit. So I'm going to go ahead and post it either Monday or Tuesday, and you can at least read it and kind of start thinking about what we're learning and what you're reading in the book, and writing about yourself and how it relates to the case. So I will also be posting that. So I think that's everything for this week. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to me. You can shoot me an email. Again, I usually respond early in the morning, sometimes late in the evening or in the afternoon was when I respond to those. If you need to reach me immediately, you can call the office, the Speech Applied Communication office. They can get in touch with me immediately. But I'm just looking forward to the semester and getting to know all of you. And I hope you guys have a great week. Thank you.